Welcome to Storied Audio. When Claire's new neighbor moved in, she made one decision immediately. She didn't like him. It wasn't because he had ever been rude. Actually, he was annoyingly nice. His name was Ryan, and he was handsome, friendly, and always seemed to have a smile ready for everyone, especially Claire. But there was one problem. Every week, Claire saw a different woman walking into his house. She decided Ryan was exactly the kind of man she wanted nothing to do with. So when he smiled and said hello, she barely nodded. When he asked how her day was, she said, "Fine." And eventually she started avoiding him altogether. Ryan never stopped being polite. Then one afternoon, Claire had an accident. It wasn't life-threatening, but she was injured badly enough to spend several days in the hospital. When she finally returned home, she was tired, sore, and ready for her own bed. But something immediately caught her attention. Her lawn had been freshly cut. She looked toward her front door and noticed a note. She picked it up. "Claire, I heard you were in the hospital. I've been collecting your mail so it wouldn't pile up. I'll keep it safe until you're home. I hope you're feeling better. Ryan." Claire stared at the note. Then she marched straight across the yard and knocked on his door. Ryan opened it with a smile. "Claire, how are you feeling?" She had prepared an entire speech. Instead, she looked at his face and saw something she hadn't expected. He was genuinely worried about her. Her anger suddenly felt ridiculous. "I'm okay," she said softly. "Thank you for cutting my lawn and keeping my mail." Ryan shrugged. Seemed like the neighborly thing to do. They started talking. And Claire finally learned the truth. Ryan had recently gone through a terrible divorce. His friends kept trying to set him up with women, which explained all those different faces she had seen. But Ryan admitted he hadn't been interested. After one dinner, he had politely told his friends, "She's wonderful, but my heart isn't ready." Claire smiled. Then she confessed something. "I've been divorced too." For the first time, they talked about the things they had both been trying to hide, the loneliness, the hurt, and the fear of trusting someone again. That night, Claire realized something painful. She had judged Ryan without knowing his story. And somehow, the man she had tried so hard to avoid became the person she wanted to see most. Over the next few months, they started spending more time together. Coffee at her house. Dinner at his. Long conversations on the porch. And plenty of teasing. One evening, Ryan smiled and said, "You know, you really didn't like me when I moved in." Claire laughed. "I thought you were dating a different woman every week." Ryan grinned. A few weeks later, Ryan took Claire's hand. "I think my heart might finally be ready." Claire smiled. "So is mine." Claire had spent months avoiding Ryan. Now she couldn't imagine her life without him. Two people who had both been hurt by love had found something beautiful in the pain. Each other. Subscribe for more audio stories.